there's a huge standard, and what's so funny is our guys embrace it. They embrace the competition. They want to be, that next great player to come out of the secondary.
How challenging is this year considering the mass exodus of players you had over the offseason?
We're used to this. We've had mass exodus after 14 and after 16. So we're vets at max exodus. But this is our job. This is why we're called coach. We got to teach these guys our drills, our techniques, our scheme,
right.
And we're building a foundation for all these young guys and all the vets. And we just want to continue to get these guys better and get them ready for the end of spring football, and then get them to training camp, and then away we go into the season.
I asked Kika the same question. I want to ask you as well. What does this program need to now take that next step, to win a Rose Bowl, to win a Peach Bowl, a Fiesta Bowl, to win games like that? What does this program need to do?
Well, you're getting way ahead. All we're worried about right now is like being really good in our meetings after day 5 of spring football.
You sound like Peterson, you know that?
And then we're gonna work on third down on Friday. We're just gonna try to get calls in, defend a couple of plays here and there. But no, you ask a big question like that. It just really comes down to the competition at all 3 levels, all 3 phases of our team: special teams, offense, and defense. Everybody competing at a high level. Iron sharpens iron. And making sure when the big moment happens, when we are in those type of big games, that we all execute at a high level.
Let me ask.
That's probably a more of a big picture look.
Let me ask the same question, maybe a different way. The overall health of the program now compared to where it was just maybe 3-4 years ago. Compare that.
Oh yeah, I think everyone thinks we're going to be really, really young. We really have older players that just haven't been guys that are in the limelight just yet. So we have 3 juniors in the back end at secondary, plus a senior. We're really not that young. And in years past, we would have been very, very young, breaking in true freshmen to go play. Now, I think across all of our positions, offense and defense, we have players that have redshirted. We have players that have played a few plays here and there, but we have more guys that had game experience as opposed to just breaking in brand new players.
Let me ask you about your second favorite topic, which is dogs in the NFL. What are you hearing about Byron? And also Taylor Rapp had the slower 40 time at the pro day. Did you feel like that maybe affected him much in a negative perspective?
Yeah, well, very excited about all the dogs that are, hopefully going to get drafted here on draft day. Those guys have been working their tails off. I think they put in some really good tape over the years to earn that right to get drafted. Taylor Rapp obviously didn't run a 40. I don't think that he wanted to run. But I know this, probably over half the NFL teams are going to go back and watch the tape. Football's not played in pajamas running a 40-yard dash. Football's played with a helmet and shoulder pads on. And if you watch his film, the guy doesn't miss tackles. He's always in the position he needs to be in. He plays multiple positions. He's a fierce tackler. He's got great ball skills. And so even though maybe he didn't, have a good indoor track meet, he plays really good football. And someone's going to select him pretty high.
What are you hearing about Byron?
Yeah, I know a lot of teams love him. But, it's all just hearsay. A lot of teams love him. They love, the instincts, the ball skills. And, what NFL personnel people want to do is they want to know all the weaknesses. They want to, because they're going to make a huge investment in one of our guys or 9 of our guys, hopefully. And so that's all you kind of hear right now is a lot of the negatives. But I think a lot of those guys we're going to get selected on draft day. It's going to be fun watching those guys have their dreams come true.
I was going to ask you, how many phone calls from NFL scouts and coaches and GMs have you had in the last 2 weeks or so?
Yeah. And it seems like it's every year. Every year, they just get more and more and more. GMs, head coaches, position coaches, scouts. We get a ton of them. And, we're just always honest. I think they respect our opinion. We're honest and, give them the information they need. And it's just like what we do to high school coaches. We're just banging on them, trying to get as much information we can about the prospects that we're recruiting. And so we respect the information they're trying to get.
You feel like that's playing a role for you, a positive one now in recruiting, and that, hey, look, we're putting guys in the NFL. You want to play in the NFL, you come to Montlake.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt about it. I spoke with a few recruits yesterday, and they already know. They get on the phone with us, and it is really well known that our program is pumping out guys into the NFL, and so that definitely helps in recruiting, because that's a dream of everybody's, obviously, to play at the highest level, but at the same time you're also going to get a big time degree here, and our whole Built for Life program that Coach Pete instills, and so it's a unique opportunity.
Great stuff, man. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, Alfie. Go Dogs.
Going
Jimmy,
back to your earlier comment. Go ahead, Chris.
I was just curious. You talked about the guys that you're older than a lot of people may think, and have guys that have some experience. Kyler Manu is one of those guys, and is playing with the ones a lot right now. What have you seen from him, and what are the expectations for that senior?
Yeah, I mean, Kyler Manu playing really good football